Hello and welcome to Every Skull is in Halo Infinite. Some can only be found in levels, which is slightly annoying if you didn't find them on your first playthrough because you'd have to start a new game save to collect them. If you're looking for a specific skull, click on the timestamp down below and you'll jump straight to it. And if I help you out, don't forget to like the video. Skulls can also appear on your room scan, so make sure to use that to make sure that you are finding them in the correct location. Right, let's get to that first skull. The first skull that you can come across is the Broom Skull. It's in the very first mission of the game, which also means that it's missable. It is located in a narrow 2-floor room with some boxes moving on the right hand side when you enter. When you first enter, there will be grunts and brutes in here. Once you've killed them all, you can go back and get the skull easily. On the middle moving platform, you can jump on it, go up to the top, and there will be the Boom Skull waiting for you. The Boom Skull doubles explosive radius, so make sure that you watch out for explosions if you put it on. Skull number 2 is the Cowbell Skull. It's on the second mission of the game, so again, you can miss this one. In the room directly after a massive lift and memory sequence, you'll come across a hallway with a window directly in front of you. If you continue to the left, there will be some grunts and jackals, and this is the room that the skull is located in. It is hidden right at the top in between where the pillars meet. Use the grapple points like I have in this video and you should get it within a couple of tries. The Cowbell Skull increases the acceleration from explosions in-game. When grenades are thrown or rockets are launched, items and players will move much further when this skull is active. The third skull is the I Would Have Been Your Daddy Skull. I'm going to call it Daddy Skull from now on, just because why not. This skull can be found in the open world area and is easiest if you have a Banshee or a Wasp, but I'm going to show you the grappling way just so you don't need to finish the game to get it. To get it with the grappling hook, you'd have to upgrade your grapple a couple of times. You need to get the decreased cooldown. It's located at the top of the tower on the first island. It's called the tower. You should be able to find it on the map. When the Daddy Skull is activated, you will hear different dialogues than normal, so you hear the rarer voice lines that are rarely ever heard. The fourth skull is the Blind Skull. It is located on the very bottom of the island in a crevasse. I'm going to fly over in the Wasp just to show you where it is, but you can get it without being in a flying vehicle. On the top of the cliff, there are some fallen pillars. If you use those as a landmark to go down, you should stumble your way through to the platform that it's on. When the Blind Skull is activated, it hides your HUD and does not display your weapon on screen, so you'll be running it blind. The fifth skull is Catch. This one can be annoying if you, say, are playing on Legendary like I am right now. On the very northern island, there are some points where the paths combine. There's 2 circles. Just to the south of those 2, there are 2 hunters. And therein lies the problem if you're playing on Legendary. I, in the end, got bored of fighting them and just ran straight past them. That's something you can do as well if you're playing on Legendary. Inside a tree stump behind them, there will be a skull. The catch skull effect means that enemies throw and drop more grenades. So if you activate it, get ready to be moving cover constantly because you will not be able to stand still. The 6th skull is Fog. It can also be found in the overworld, and I actually forgot to record me actually picking it up, so I'll show you where it is. Again, this is easier to get if you have a Wasp or Banshee. You can fly straight there. I'm going to show you how to get there manually, so with the grapple. It's quite a long little route, but it's quite easy. Just to the west of Fob Alpha, there will be a section you can go just round the cliff. There will be a doll down there as well if you want to find all the dolls. You can then go from platform to platform and go all the way up till you find the big pile of helmets. Fog Skull effect disables the motion tracker radar, which means you won't be able to tell if anyone's sneaking up behind you. The 7th skull is the Famine skull. It is located on the 4th island and you will need access to a Wasp or a Stealer Banshee. On the far right hand side there is a small little bit of landmass that's below the beacon. You can try and fling yourself across with the grapple shot, but there is going to be a lot of luck involved and I just would not recommend it. Famine Skull effect means that enemies drop less ammo. The Black Eye Skull is located on the 4th island near to Fob Kilo. Inside the waterfall there will be a ledge you can get to. Again, you can probably get there via grapple. I used the Wasp for it. In the back of the cave there will be the skull. The Black Eye Skull effect is that your shields only recharge when you melee enemies. The 9th skull is the Thunderstorm skull. This is just west of the northernmost beacon. It is located on top of a 1 hex big pillar. There is a slim peak you can walk up as well just to get a good view. There's also an audio log and a sniper up there as well. Using the sniper you can look down and see. You can probably climb up the pillar, but jumping off is the more fun way. The Thunderstorm skull upgrades the rank of most enemies, and that is the last overworld skull. The 10th skull is the Mythic skull. It can be found in the 11th mission, the Command Spire. In the long pillar processing room, there's a section with a right angle. On top of there you can grapple up and there is a little ledge. On that ledge there's a door. Through the door will be the skull. The Mythic Skull effect means that enemies have increased health. The 11th skull is the best skull, Grunt Birthday Party. It can be found in Mission 12, Repository. This one takes a little bit longer. At the section where there is a terminal on a large open room with 2 light bridges, there are 2 side rooms that are unlocked after a cutscene. On one side there will be a power seed. You have to grapple your way across, and when you collect it you have to go to the other side and put the power seed into the crucible. Along the way there will be extra sentinels that spawn, so just be aware of those. This will unlock a room later on where the skull is located. Later on, there will be 2 mirrored rooms that join together and lead into one big gold room with pillars. In here is going to be where the entrance has opened up from earlier. You'll need to stock up on a lot of grenades and power weapons, because what comes next is going to be a really annoying room to enter. Once you've climbed up the pillars in front of you, there'll be a small lip which you can jump over. At this point, you'd want to change to your threat sensor, because there are 4 elites in here that are invisible with energy swords. Once you've defeated those, you can pick up the skull in the middle of the room, and you have got the best skull, in my opinion, in the game. The Grunt birthday party skull effect is that when you kill a grunt with a headshot, they explode and confetti goes everywhere and there is a cheer. The 12th and final skull is the Bandana skull. It can be found in mission 15, Silent Auditorium. You cannot kill any sentinels during this mission, otherwise the room will lock and you will not be able to get the skull. There is one specific room where there are loads of enemies and sentinels, which, if you want to do it easily, just run straight through. You won't be able to stand still long enough to recharge your shields, so you may as well just run through and ignore all of the enemies. Right at the end of the mission, just before the final lift, there is a long room that you enter at the bottom across a light bridge. If you carry on going across the light bridge and through the door, there will be a skull. If you haven't killed any sentinels. The Bandana skull effect grants unlimited weapon ammo and grenades and removes equipment cooldown. And that was it. Every skull that's in Halo Infinite. Again, if this helped you out, like the video, let me know. And you could also subscribe maybe? I will see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye.